Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Living Life at LifeU. I am your host, Dr. Veronica Garcia, and today I am joined by a faculty member, Ms. Karen Pfeifer. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you here. So excited for all the information that you have to share with us.
I appreciate the invitation.
So Ms. Karen, talk to me. What's your role in the university right now? I understand you're teaching, but what exactly are you teaching?
So I'm assistant professor in sport health science, but I'm teaching the PT courses. So the Physiological Therapeutics courses, there's one for adjunct therapies is kind of the modalities we use in treating patients. And then the rehab procedures is the other course. And it's a cross-listed course. So I'm teaching in both the sport health science master's program as well as the chiropractic program.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go with the master's program first. Around what time do they start seeing those courses, and what's that value that it adds to them and to their career?
Sure. In the master's program, it's an elective course, so they can really take it whenever. We want them to take the core courses first, to make sure they have prerequisites and whatnot. But these courses don't require any prerequisites in the master's program, so they can take it whenever. And it's going to help them, as far as how they're going to care for their patients or clients or whomever they're working with in the sport health science field.
And we do have, within sports health science, we do have a variety of programs, right? We have athletic training. Is that correct?
We don't have athletic training anymore. No.
Oh, interesting. No. So we have sports injury management.
Yes. We're kind of phasing that out. We are revamping the master's program right now to really get at what our students really need in order to go out into the field. And the sport injury management, there are courses within that can be very helpful, especially to the chiropractic students. But it's not leading them to a certification. So we are leaning more towards some other areas of concentration to make sure it really prepares them for a job at the end of the day.
Yeah, what your employers are looking for.
Right, exactly.
I love that. It's so important for us to adapt and to evolve and to truly just change. And that's something that I love about Life University is that every single quarter, there's something new that's happening. There's a new adaptation. There's a new protocol that truly is just for the betterment of the student's experience.
Right.
But more than just from the betterment of the student's experience, for them to be able to do something with it when we get out here.
Yes. What job attaches to this? Yes. How am I going to pay my loans back?
Yeah. Important question to answer.
Right.
So with that, let's talk about then why and where do the chiropractic students take these courses? They are also electives, correct?
Right. They are electives in the chiropractic program, but they are required for the chiropractic students to take the PT boards. So the vast majority of the DC students do need to take these two courses that I teach.
Yes. And as a chiropractor, it's so important to know what are the laws and regulations of the state that you're going, because some states do require that PT board to be, and some states don't require it. And it may have nothing to do with what you're planning to do in practice. It just may have to do with your ability to get that little piece of paper that tells you are good to practice.
Exactly. So, and you never know where life is going to take you, the school and life, But ideally you take those courses just in case, because you might find yourself going to a state and you don't want to have to backtrack and have to deal with this later. So.
Yes. So let's talk about your journey of how you got here. I understand that you come from a beautiful array of different experiences. So take me through this.
Yeah. So I'm a prime example of you never know what life is going to throw at you, and what your plan is, and then evolves into. So I started, frankly, I wanted to be a physical therapist. Way back. And then I decided after working in a clinic that maybe I didn't want to do just PT. And so I'd always been an athlete. And so athletic training kind of became my goal, as well as physical education. So I did a degree in physical education as well as athletic training as my second bachelor's degree.
Wow.
See, you don't always know what you want to do the first time, And then, so I became a certified athletic trainer, and I did that for a number of years, almost 15. 2014, I think, that I was involved in athletic training.
Yeah.
And I was given the opportunity, I was working at Kennesaw State, and I was given the opportunity to take on an administrative role. So I was elevated to associate athletic director for student athlete welfare. And I was the senior woman administrator. So lots of different titles and whatnot, but at the end of the day, my main role was, making sure that our student athletes were well taken care of in athletic training, in academics, in whatever role, that we could play a role with them to improve their lives. But then, in 2014, life kind of came calling in my brain, that I'm like, I think I might want to teach. And an opportunity presented itself. We did have the athletic training program here at the time. So I was hired to be the clinical coordinator for that program. Eventually evolved into the program director. And then we've taken a break from the program for right now. And so that's when I transitioned during the pandemic to the PT courses, that it kind of was people retired and left the university, and they said, "Hey, Karen, would you be willing?" And I said, "Absolutely," and I've really enjoyed my time with these courses since then.
That's beautiful. Thank you for taking that leap of faith and just staying adaptable, because I think that with all these experiences, you're an amazing resource to our students, especially understanding that it is so stressful to come out of, high school or having this athletic career your whole life and trying to navigate what it means to be a professional and do I have to choose at the age of 17 and 18 what I want to do for the rest of your life? Not necessarily.
Yeah, right.
We always evolve and just do it with joy, and you've done it with such joy and grace. So I'm amazing resource. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't always make the choices on your own, but then you look at what are my options now, and how can I use what I have to go in a different direction. And so luckily I've landed on my feet each and every time. So.
I love that. What advice would you give, I guess, 25-year-old Karen, as she's exploring her career?
Oh boy, 25-year-old Karen. I was doing my second bachelor's at that time with athletic training. So I would tell her, you're on the right path, but don't be so rigid in your plans. I'm very much a planner. And then when things don't go the way I want them to go, it's very stressful, that be a little bit more relaxed and open to the ride, that everything will work out with God's blessings, that it works out.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And you've been in the university, you mentioned, since 2014. Which means that's 10 years.
Yeah, it's actually my second stint here. I was here for 2 years as the head athletic trainer back in 2000 to 2002 before I went on to Kennesaw State.
Wow.
And then I came back. So that's, it made it easy to come back because I still knew a lot of people, and I think that's why I came back, that they remembered me and, again, a door opened at the right time.
You had a positive impact.
Yeah.
So with you being involved then in the university on and off and just being in our backyard with Kennesaw State University, it's been 20 years of you've seen Life University evolve and the sports health science department evolve and the building and now buildings with F at the end, right? We are celebrating the 50th year of Life University. What are some of those goals or hopes that you have for the next 10, 20 years in that department?
I would just love to see continued growth. This university is about teaching our students to help prevent illness, injury, whatever, and that we continue to grow our programs to look on the prevention side first and foremost. And then, of course, we can't prevent everything, unfortunately. So we need to pivot and help somebody, regain their health, their physical performance, whatever it is they want to be able to do. And so, we need to make that transition with them as well so we can prevent and then we hopefully fix them when we don't prevent it, but then again, lead them towards prevention of future issues. So whatever programs we add or grow or whatnot, I would just really like to see that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm sure that that's definitely in the plans, and I'm really excited. I hope that that is something that we both continue seeing.
Right.
I don't plan on going anywhere from like university. I've been involved also for over 10 years. So
Okay.
I'm like, I'm staying here. You guys are staying with me.
Right, exactly.
I love
it's a family atmosphere, and it's a lovely place to work from a physical standpoint, but then just, the people and, I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the chiropractic students because I get 200 every quarter.
Yeah.
And so I see new students all the time. With athletic training, we had 10 students per cohort, and I saw them every single quarter for 2 years, which was good. I established relationships.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get such a variety of students from different places and experiences and whatnot. That's what's really unique about this university is the diversity.
Yeah. Diversity speaks to my heart. It definitely is just that sense of whether you're away from home, just to find a little neat little space that you feel welcomed and loved and just seen. It's really beautiful. I agree. And I love that that's been your experience from the chiropractic program, because it is 2 separate buildings.
Yep.
And sometimes it feels disconnected.
We talk about across the street, that it is a physical and sometimes philosophical divide, but we've bridged that gap literally and figuratively.
Absolutely. We have. Well, thank you, Karen, so much for spending a little bit of your time with us. I hope that we can continue experiencing from you, and the students can continue learning from all your past experiences, your future experiences, the plans, and everything in between.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Absolutely. And we hope to see you very soon. And we hope to see you guys on the next episode of Living Life at LifeU. Bye.
Bye.